The show can't start until we crack open a bottle of Revelton. Whether it's their crisp, clean vodka, the bold spice of their rye whiskey, the rich smoothness of bourbon, or the original honey whiskey that started it all, every pour is a taste of craft and passion straight from the heart of Iowa. So pour yourself a drink, settle in, and get ready to relax, laugh, and enjoy the show.
Hey, it's Andrew Downs. I'm proud to support Three Beards Media, and I would love to work with you. If you need merchandise for your company, organization, band, softball team, whatever, I can help. From name brand apparel to promotional items, large orders or small, online stores, and more, I can help your brand stand out. AKC Marketing is local, based in Johnston, and we are an employee-owned business, so our costs are low and our turnaround times are fast. But most importantly, we give you personal service to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for. Email me at andrew@akcmarketing.com or find me on social media, and let's make some cool stuff together. Now sit back and enjoy this Three Beards Media podcast.
From the top of Keenan, kill the roar so loud. Black and gold waving, we're a fearless crowd. Under them lights, the fight burns bright. Greatest team assembled, ready for the fight. We stand tall, we stand true. Every game, every play, got the Hawkeye view. Legends rise, and we all knew that the black and gold's coming straight for you. From a Hawkeye view, see the whole state rise. With a heart so strong and fire in our eyes. On the field, on the court, in the stands, we shine. The best in the game, and the state is mine. Cover Hawkeyes, mugging, watch them break that glass. Dropping dimes, hitting threes, never second guess. Full court hustle, hear the sneaker slide. With the fight in our veins, we let that pride. We stand tall, we stand true. Every game, every play, got the Hawkeye view. Legends rise, and we all knew that the black and gold's coming.
Good evening. Back with another Hawk's Eye View after the Thanksgiving holiday. Andrew Barber, Drew Shipley here. Drew, how was your Thanksgiving?
I got a lot of snow dumped on me, I guess.
Yeah, I think Iowans are feeling that as well. We got about 10 inches of snow in the Des Moines area, more in other places.
No. I was in Iowa for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's right. Yep, that's right. You were in Iowa for Thanksgiving.
In the Fort Dodge area where we did receive 17 inches.
Oh, I didn't know that you were in the Fort Dodge area.
Yep.
So did you just get out of there? Because I can't imagine that anything cleared out.
We got out of there Sunday. We got out of there Sunday morning, actually.
Oh my. How was it?
It was okay by the time we got to Highway 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Once we got to Highway 30, we were okay. And then we got here to Kansas City Metro just in time to get our own 4 inches the next evening.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you've been dealing with nonstop snow.
Pretty much.
For about a week.
Now it's about to get cold as hell. So.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely dipped into some of the holiday plans there with the snow for me. So, and took some time away from hanging out with family and things, unfortunately. So, yeah, hopefully we won't be enduring a long, hard winter. But did it give you a chance to watch season 5 of Stranger Things, Drew?
Haven't started it yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then we'll keep this a spoiler-free podcast.
Please do, because yes, no, we have,
Okay.
and I am interested, and we will be watching it eventually, but have not seen it yet.
I think once the series is done, I'd like to do a podcast that blends maybe our love for Stranger Things and other shows with the Iowa Hawkeyes somehow. Like, can we somehow equate characters in our favorite stories to our favorite team? Maybe. We'll find out.
Oh man, that'd be weird.
I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be unique. It'd be a different take.
It'd definitely be unique, yes.
Yes. Let's go. All right. Well, Yeah, I think we can just dive right into it because a lot has happened since the last time you and I were here a couple of weeks ago. There's been a couple football games, a few basketball games for both the men and the women. Um, let's just start with football. Back-to-back wins to finish out the year 8-4. Cut it close against Michigan State. Drew, we actually both got to be there in the same section. We didn't plan that.
We did not plan that. That was pretty interesting. And a beautiful day to watch football, by the way, in the end of November. I thought it was gorgeous out.
It was great. It was awesome. Yeah, for the final home game of the year, we cut it close and pulled out some magic in the fourth quarter to come back and beat Michigan State.
So I never did respond to your text post game.
Yeah.
And there was a reason for that.
Why is that?
Because we left when Michigan State went up 17-7.
Oh, dude. I kind of wondered, but I didn't want to come right out and ask or say that.
I was driving probably when you texted me. We were to about back to Brooklyn, exit 197 by the time the game was actually over.
Wow. All right. Well, I am staying till the bitter end kind of person. So
100%, and that's why you're the MVP of this podcast, Andrew. Because
whoa, hang on now. We're not handing out awards. I don't need to be the MVP of the podcast.
Had enough of that shit when it went up 17-7. I mean, that was pretty bad.
It was rough, for sure. But we ended up getting it done and cashing the over on wins for the year.
Yeah. Yep. Sure did.
Yeah. It was unique how we got there. And then you had the Black Friday game, which traditionally that game has been really close. Even though Iowa's dominated in the last decade, it's been really close. Within a field goal or less most times over the past decade, with a few exceptions. And here was one of the exceptions. And it didn't look good early, Drew. I was feeling nervous early. Emmett Johnson was running wild, and then everything flipped. Like the switch flipped for both the offense and the defense, and Iowa won 40-16. Just complete domination of Nebraska.
Yeah, Johnson ran for like 240 yards. I would not predict Iowa won that game 40-16.
I know. And giving up as many yards as we did to Emmett Johnson, I thought we would lose that game if anything like that happened. But Nebraska can't throw, and therefore we win.
Well, so par for the course.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That was a feel-good way to kind of cap off the year, even though we came up short in the 4 games. I don't know if we need to rehash all that, Drew.
No, not really. We've already went through that, but the fun statistic that had been popping around, which if you haven't heard by now, you've been living under a rock, that Kirk Ferentz has just as many wins at Memorial Stadium as Scott Frost and Matt Rule.
Wow. That is great. That is a great stat. I'll pull out my favorite stat. I was one of 4 teams since 2015 to have 8 or more wins every year.
I knew that one.
That one. Yeah, the other 3 are Alabama, Georgia, and Ohio State.
Imagine that. All teams that won natties.
Yeah. And Iowa has been an offense short of doing the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually looked into some where I kind of wanted to go next is I looked into the stats of the football team this year. The defense gave up 15 points per game, good for 9th in the nation. The offense scored 28.9, good for 60th in the nation. An improvement on both ends, actually, Drew, from last year, where we scored 28 last year. We gave up 18 per game last year. So the defense actually improved. The offense actually improved in terms of points per game, which is the ultimate metric in my eyes.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to tell me that, and I think we've had like season predictions where, if we just get in the top half of all college football in offense, we would win 10 games. But here we are still at 8-4.
I know, but we won 10 games with a worse offense. But granted, the schedule, I think we kind of said this, where Iowa could show real improvement this year on both ends, but the record may not reflect it because of the schedule. And that's exactly what played out.
It just sucks that we were in every single game,
But I would rather be there than feeling maybe where we were in like 2022, where the offense was really hopeless, but the defense was really good.
And to be fair, the College Football Playoff Committee, I think, respected that once again last night, putting Iowa at number 23, the only 4-loss team in the rankings.
Yeah, that is a lot of respect there, Drew.
No.
So I think good on us for improving in both those areas. And I think, again, the passing offense is the only thing holding us back from maybe being a good offense. What I would consider a good offense, not elite.
So I guess it's one step at a time, huh?
One step at a time. And I think the evidence again this year in year 2 under Lester points to us taking another step forward offensively, and I think that'll continue.
I mean, yeah, I don't have anything further to add to that, I guess.
Sure. Just looking back on the year, anything you're surprised at end of year compared to like your preseason thoughts?
Yeah. And actually, it was some breaking news today with all Big Ten awards. Of not a single first team defensive player.
Yeah,
That's some bullshit.
I would agree.
I mean, the closest we had was Aaron Graves. He was a consensus second teamer. Lutmer was, I think, second team coaches, honorable mention media. Otherwise, a lot of other players were split. All the special teams were some sort of honors, whether it was honorable mention or third team.
Yeah.
I think that Caden Legion first team, no doubt, consensus.
Did the offense teams come out as well?
Did not see offense.
Okay. I think I'll be curious to see about the offense teams because I feel like the O-line should be just dominated by Iowa.
Jimmy Dunker for sure.
Should be Logan Jones, Pieper, Dunker, and then I think both Stevens and Lauk played well enough to make a team. One of the three.
Yeah, I'd take the over on 2.5.
I'd take the over on 3.5. I think four offensive linemen should be at least 4, probably all 5 offensive linemen should make one of the Big Ten all-conference teams.
That's
first, second, or third.
I mean, there's still honorable mention out there too.
Yeah, I think all the guys should be above honorable mention.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think as good as what we thought the offensive line was going to be preseason, they were somehow better in actuality during the year.
And again, here we are. Like, I know the schedule was harder, Andrew. I know. But, like, God damn it.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. It's tough pill to swallow for sure. Being 8-4 and having so many close calls, but again, that's why I want to kind of move towards the future by looking at this season. Trevor Lauk, left tackle of the future. Cade Pieper, guard of the future. We even got to see Lighton Jones play, and he will be probably the center, maybe, next year, filling in for Logan Jones. So we'll just go from Logan Jones to Lighton Jones, or maybe Miss Linsky will be back and play center, and Lighton Jones will move to guard. And Jack Dotzler, he played a lot of tackle, some left tackle as well, and he'll probably be the dunker replacement. So I think what's awesome, what I was trying to get at is the Iowa offensive line tradition that we're used to is back in business.
Business is good. Yeah. I mean, I think that's going to translate, and we'll get to it probably in a minute. You're much more dialed in on this than I am with when it comes to recruiting class, because today was early signing period.
Yeah.
But I think you're going to see fruits of the labor come back to Iowa on the offensive line. You know, the big uglies. I think you're going to start getting that 4-star, 5-star looks at Iowa. And that, you know, knowing that you can sell pro potential again out of Iowa City, not just, you know, chasing national titles and stuff like that. So if you have aspirations of being a pro, definitely rebounded in that light.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up signing day. Just quickly going to hit on it, not going to go through every recruit, but 18 commits as of today, and in the 2026 class, so the guys that'll be freshmen next year. And like you said, offensive linemen, definitely a theme there. 247 Sports, that's where I look at primarily. 2 4-star offensive linemen, 2 high 3-star offensive linemen. And what I mean by that is guys who are right on the cusp of being 4 stars, not quite there. So, yeah, that. And then I know they were high on the 2025 offensive line class too. So, again, a lot of potential, a lot of recruiting uptick there for Iowa. So George Barnett, I know that 2 years ago, maybe people were really questioning the offensive line, questioning Barnett, and he has completely flipped the script on that.
Well, then maybe it was just a Brian Ferentz problem.
I do think that, but I also think that Tim Polasek left the cupboard pretty bare. And that once Barnett got his guys and got them coached up his way, we're seeing the results.
Yeah, did you see Tim Polasek just signed a new 5-year deal? I saw that in the news.
He did. Gronowski stats, I wanted to visit that too. He threw for 1,500 yards, 8 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He ran for 500 yards and 15 touchdowns. So he accounted for 23 touchdowns, Drew. I would have maybe liked to see the 15 and the 8 flipped there, throw 15 touchdowns and run for 8, but I can't complain with what we got. I think with what we got and how competitive we were, yes, we would have liked to pull out at least 1, maybe 2 of those 4 losses instead. But I don't think Gronowski was the reason that we weren't winning those games entirely. I don't think he was the sole reason, I guess.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I mean, some play calling decisions offensively probably weren't set up correctly, and trying to hold a lead, turtling up like Kirk Ferentz likes to do sometimes.
Yeah, and also some again, just facing some elite quarterbacks and them just making plays.
Yeah, playing better athletes.
Yeah.
Defensive, massive defensive blown assignments when it came down to it.
I know.
I mean, it all adds up. It all adds up. So, like you were saying, you would rather have seen the 8 and 15 flipped. 6 points is 6 points.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
unless you're playing fantasy football, then you only get 4 points for passing touchdown, and you get 6 points for rushing. So,
true.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. I think what I'm saying is Gronowski worth the investment. Whatever we paid him, worth the investment.
Oh, I mean, this team without Gronowski might not be a bowl team.
Yeah, I would firmly be on that train.
I think we would lose. I think we would lose the Penn State game.
Lose the Rutgers game.
Potentially that Michigan State game.
Lose that Michigan State game. Yeah, there's 3 more losses right there.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. So that's what having a quarterback can do for you. On the quarterback note, I found it interesting today. Tyler Barnes came out and said that Iowa likes where they're at with quarterback for next year.
And I do too.
Yeah. I know that Tim Lester and others have spoken very highly of Hecklinski, and I know that he is the guy that has a solid lead on the job. I do think they'll open it up to competition between Hank Brown and Jimmy Sullivan, and then Traden Bessinger is the quarterback that's coming in as a true freshman next year. I know that they'll give everybody a shot, but I know that Hecklinski has really surged and kind of run with it as the backup to Gronowski, but then looking forward to being the starter next year. He's kind of the guy as of right now.
Hey, just a shout out though to Jackson Stratton and him in his future endeavors transferring out. I mean, he didn't have many options to get some playing time at this point in time with the upgraded quarterback position. But man, he got put into some sticky situations last season where he came out and got a couple wins for us. I mean, I saw one in person at Maryland last year.
Undefeated as a starter.
There you go.
2-0. He did his job, man. He came in and did his job perfectly.
Yeah. So shout out to him. He was in a tough position coming into that season, and then tough position, being on the outside looking in this season in the depth chart. Good luck to him. He's different to me than like somebody like Cade McNamara or like Deuce Hogan or somebody like that. Like, he contributed where he needed to. Like, no ill will towards him. It seems different, doesn't it?
Yeah. I also felt the same about like Deacon Hill when he transferred. He came in, did the best he could. Right.
Poor guy.
I'm not gonna hold any ill will to Deacon Hill for transferring.
Deacon Hill is the Nickelback of the Iowa football program.
Dude, he was awesome. He was awesome. I loved it. I love that we won 10 games with Deacon freaking Hill.
Never made it as a wise man. Couldn't cut it as a poor man stealing.
Oh my.
There you go.
Oh my.
On the brink of strep throat, folks. Let's just go ahead and belt them out. Let's lose it all in one fell swoop. Oh God. Yep. Poor Deacon Hill. Where did he go? Is he playing?
Yeah, he went somewhere I can't even remember, dude. It was Utah Tech or something like that.
I might have to look him up during the break.
Utah Tech. But what I'm gleaning from Tyler Barnes and his comments and how the staff feels about quarterback is essentially it puts Iowa in a situation where it's like an NFL team with a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract, and we get to spend money on other positions of need.
Yes.
And I think that is going to provide quite the boost because we are going to have to spend some money to retain certain guys. We are going to, that's just a part of it. That's just a part of college football now. You have to spend a little bit of money to retain your guys who showed out, balled out, will get offers. I'm thinking of Trevor Lauk. I'm thinking of Cade Pieper. Those guys will get offers from other places. So will Zach Lutmer. You're gonna have to pony up a little bit of dough to keep those three come to my mind right away.
Sure.
Maybe Reese Vanderzee with some of the catches and grabs that he made. I think you could see a team seeing the potential there and trying to snatch him away too. I think you might have to invest a little bit. But mainly the offensive line and Lutmer is what's really coming to my mind right now. Everybody else.
We don't have a lot of starters coming back.
Yeah, and we have some uncertainty with potential early entries, like I think about Llewellyn, the uncertainty with Entringer there. So I
don't see Llewellyn. I can see playing on Sundays like a 5th, 6th round pick. I could see that. Entringer, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I most NFL guys believe that it would be in his best interest to come back for a year. So we'll see. We'll see. And Llewellyn, he's projected to be a lot higher than 5th, 6th round. He was borderline 1st round pick in some people's eyes.
Oh, really?
Now I don't know how much that's changed based off the season that he had. But also sometimes
I didn't want to be a homer and be like, yeah, obviously 1st round pick, right? Because like
no. I sometimes too NFL teams are willing to overlook production concerns with potential
or program prestige.
Program prestige, which Iowa has plenty of.
For sure.
Yeah. So
Aaron Graves. What's your draft analysis on that?
3rd or 4th rounder. Probably a day two guy.
Think he'll do some damage there?
Yeah, he'll be a part of a rotation, of an NFL rotation.
Yeah.
At defensive line on the inside. He'll be there.
Yep.
Yeah, basically everybody who's graduating or early entry to the draft, I think will find a home in an NFL training camp. TJ Hall is a guy that's probably going to hear his name called that I wouldn't have expected that before the year. But I think TJ Hall played his way onto an NFL draft board this year.
Yeah. Third team, all Big Ten, I think.
Yep. Yeah, and I think the tape will show you something better than that. But the Big Ten is deep at corner. Big Ten is deep at corner, man.
Yeah.
So being 13 Big Ten in this year's corner class for the Big Ten it says a lot, actually. So, and I think Nwankpa will get a chance. He'll definitely get a chance.
Well, we'll see. I was never his number one fan.
I know.
I wish him well. He stuck it out. I don't think he made his full potential. And hopefully he does it. Hopefully he does it at the next level if he gets that opportunity. I just I don't know if I necessarily see that.
Yeah, I thought it was curious when a guy like Geno Stone left early. And now we've seen like the success that Geno Stone's had at the next level.
He's a stud.
Yeah. Hooker, Belton. I think Xavier Nwankpa has a chance to maybe not be in that category, but find his way onto a roster. I'm not saying he's going to be a surefire draft pick. If he is, it's a day 3. But he's going. A guy that started at Iowa safety is probably going to get a camp invite.
Yeah, I would say so. Especially for 3 years.
Yeah, he's going to get a camp invite. So an Entringer, if he goes, he's getting a camp invite or a day 3 pick, I would say too. Jones and Dunker, I think Dunker has a chance to maybe make the first round. I think Jones will be a day 2. I think they're both day 2 at worst. And I wouldn't be entirely shocked if Gronowski gets a camp invite too.
That'd be interesting.
He was on some draft boards as like a day 3 guy before this year. I don't know if he did enough to really play his way up out of that. I would say no. I would say he's probably still on that day 3 undrafted.
I mean, his comp would be what? Taysom Hill?
Yeah. I love that. That would be a great comp for Mark Gronowski.
I think so.
He could play quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings and be better than whatever they have.
Ooh, rough.
Brosmer is awful. He could at least not throw 4 interceptions. Like, I promise you that.
Oh boy, it seemed like he threw that 4th one on purpose. Even.
Yeah. He said, "Get me out of here." But all right, I don't want to go too hard on all the. We'll hear a lot of guys on draft day. We'll see a lot of guys get camp invites for the Iowa Hawkeyes, as we kind of always do.
Yep.
I think we may see more day 2 and potentially day 1 guys than what we're used to with this group. And it may surprise us. Again, depends on how they do in their combine performance and all that kind of stuff. Won't go too hard on the transfer portal because the transfer portal technically opens on January 2nd, I believe. So that's when guys can enter, and Drew, they changed that timeline, and I'm grateful that it's a little bit closer to the end of the season, but also it's really close to bumping up against when classes start. So once you enter, and this is your only window, you're gonna have like a week and a half, maybe, to make your decision on your next destination. So it's not going to be long, drawn-out transfer portal decisions for the most part. It's going to be snap, snap, boom, boom, quicker than what we're used to. Someone on the Hawkeye Insider message board equated it to speed dating. I think it's going to be more like speed dating on steroids for the transfer portal this year.
You see, Andrew, at the beginning, before this country was founded in Massachusetts, it was the militiamen, right?
Yep.
And there's a reason why the Army National Guard's emblem, its mascot, whatever you want to use it, logo. It's logo. That's the word I was looking for. Its logo is the Minuteman, right? It's called the Minuteman. You know why?
No.
Because in a minute, everybody that is in this militia needs to be ready to fight war. A minute.
Mm-hmm.
So poor kids that have to enter the transfer portal by January 2nd and be in school the next week. Oh my God, how are they ever going to fucking do it? You know?
I wasn't saying poor kids. I'm just telling you.
I was trying to make a joke.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But yeah, there you go. There's your history lesson.
Love it.
Yeah.
No, I was just talking about kind of how it's going to be accelerated. It's going to be quick. So I'm thankful for that in a lot of ways because we're going to know real quick what Iowa has and doesn't have. In mid-January, we're going to have a really good eye on what the roster looks like.
You'll have less opt-outs in the bowl, too.
What?
You'll have less opt-outs in the bowl, too.
I would agree. Yep.
just across the country.
Yep. Which is a good thing. All right. Wow, I didn't think we'd be dominated by football so much here. But I guess I should have expected that a little bit. Bowl games. I've seen multiple possibilities. Do we know when the official word will come?
Come Sunday afternoon.
All right.
And I would expect another trip to Tampa.
I think we can't go there because of how often we've been there recently.
Here's the thing. If that's the case, then why would all of these pundits, like 7 out of 8 that I've read, still project them to do so?
Oh, okay. They are. What are most pundits saying?
They're saying ReliaQuest Bowl, Tampa, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, one of those two.
Bring us Diego Pavia on a platter, please.
That would be pretty sweet.
Please.
Yeah.
We need the chance to crush Theo Vaughn's stepson. That's what I'm calling him.
Okay.
Theo Vaughn, I think there's some rumors floating out there that Theo Vaughn, the comedian, is dating Diego Pavia's mom.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take to calling him Theo Vaughn's stepson until further notice.
Here's a fun fact. My sister-in-law, so my wife's brother's wife,
Okay.
taught him at Albuquerque in school.
Theo Vaughn or Diego Pavia?
Diego Pavia. And I guess him and even his family, even more so, are a bunch of nut jobs, like buckle up, like Johnny Manziel type shit.
Yes, I have seen some of the Diego Pavia videos, and the Johnny Manziel vibes are extremely high.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Extremely high.
His
But
brother
he's
just got arrested at his game last week, right?
yeah, but he's somehow a less likable version of Johnny Manziel, because I liked Johnny Manziel.
Nobody knew it at the time.
That's true. We didn't quite have the social media the way we do now.
Yeah.
Social media was a thing, but not to the same level where there's all the videos and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So maybe we would have liked Johnny Manziel a lot less had we known some of the background stuff.
Or maybe we would have liked him more. If he was going out there doing rippers of coke.
Gosh.
Tearing up Alabama, you know?
Gosh.
I don't know. I think it's more of a folk hero, actually.
True. True.
Doing what he was doing in his lifestyle and still balling out like that, that's impressive.
Impressive, sad at the same time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of I wasn't alive for it, but I've read and heard about 70s cocaine era NBA. There are a lot of guys who got their careers cut short by just doing too much cocaine. So it got so bad where the NBA had to step in and basically say, Coke is out. Like, stop doing Coke. You're done.
Isn't that actually, I'm not 100% sure, but isn't that how Len Bias died the day after the draft?
Len Bias, yeah, I believe it was drug related. I don't know if it was cocaine. I won't say that with 100% confidence. Yeah, that's a sad one.
No.
That's a sad one. Yeah, for sure. I think also there was Spencer Haywood and Michael Ray Richardson. Those are the two that I've heard people talk about, that those guys had a lot of potential and could have played well into the 80s if they just had stayed away from Coke.
Yeah.
But all right, we got off on a Coke diatribe here.
How do we go down this route?
I don't know, but I think it'll be nice for the Iowa Bowl game because it seems like we're gonna have a matchup against a ranked squad.
Yep.
And will also be ranked as well. So a ranked matchup to end the year, if you're not in the college football playoffs, I think that's probably the best scenario you can ask for.
Fun fact, 2:30 to 3 o'clock in the morning, the day he got drafted, he was walking back to his dorm. 3 to 4 hours, Len Bias and his longtime friend Brian Tribble and several teammates snorted cocaine in the dormitory suite shared by Bias and his teammates for several hours. He suffered a seizure and collapsed.
Shoot. That's awful.
Yeah.
Awful. Yeah. But looking forward to a ranked matchup, and maybe we'll be able to get a ranked win finally to end.
Does that count? Does that count?
I'm gonna count it, dude. If
Diego Pavia plays, I would count it.
If Diego Pavia, which I can't see what his motivation for not playing would be.
You're the Heisman Trophy winner.
I don't think he's winning the Heisman Trophy though, dude.
Who's winning it?
What?
Who's winning it?
Mendoza or Julian Sayin?
Jesus. I'd rather give it to Jeremiah Smith over fucking Sayin. Come on now.
Jeremiah Love.
Nah, that's the wrong Jeremiah.
Yeah. I think Mendoza for my money.
Boy, I got to look up those odds when we take our break.
Yeah, look it up. I think we can actually go ahead and take our break now, and then we'll come back and talk basketball to finish this show.
Let's do it.
All right. Be back in a bit.
Making great tasting bourbon requires the perfect combination of ingredients, conditions, and time. The longer it rests, the better it tastes. Revelton Distillery's new single barrel bourbon is made from 80% corn, sourced 100% from Iowa farmers. And unlike mass-produced bourbons, each barrel of Revelton's single barrel bourbon is unique, proofed on when it tastes best. As they like to say, it'll be ready when it's ready. And to ensure the highest standards of quality and flavor, owners Rob and Christy Taylor oversee the production and bottling. Every single barrel. Iowa born, Iowa aged, Iowa bottled. Try the new single barrel bourbon from Iowa's own Revelton Distillery. ReveltonDistillery.com.
Gentlemen, let's be honest. Finding the perfect gift for your wife or girlfriend isn't always easy. You want something thoughtful, stylish, and unique. And that's exactly what you'll find at Styled by JJ Boutique. Julia Bradshaw and her team strive to be your go-to boutique for casual, boho, and chic clothing and accessories, helping women elevate their style one piece at a time. Located right here in Johnston, Iowa, Styled by JJ brings trendy, high-quality fashion that boosts confidence without breaking the bank. So, if you're looking for a gift that says, I get you, instead of I tried, head to Styled by JJ Boutique. Because nothing makes her smile like feeling beautiful. Styled by JJ Boutique, where style meets confidence. Visit our Johnston location or shop online at styledbyjjboutique.com.
Whether you're buying, selling, or refinancing your home, or if it's simply time to renovate the one you're already living in, you need an experienced mortgage professional to help you analyze your financing options and to make sure the closing goes smoothly. And that's exactly what you get when you call Kyle Lehman at Wintrust Mortgage. Kyle's experience and expertise, coupled with Wintrust's rates and programs, ensures you'll get the mortgage that's right for you. You may even qualify for down payment assistance. Before you reach out to a realtor, call Kyle and get pre-qualified, empowering you to start shopping for the home of your dreams. Call Kyle at 515-473-0546. Kyle Lehman, Wintrust Mortgage, 515-473-0546.
All right, let's hear it. What are the Heisman odds?
It is a close three-man race. I mean, like, as close as I can remember.
Yeah.
Fernando Mendoza is the number one at plus 160. Diego Pavia is number two at plus 180. And Julian Sayin is at plus 200.
Okay.
Jeremiah
Two of
Love,
those-
Jeremiah Love plus 4,000.
Okay. Two of those three have a chance to solidify or not this weekend. Diego does not.
When is the voting up though? I thought I've always heard that the voting is up before conference championship week.
Oh, well, if it is, that could be tough. Could be tough. Sayin was pretty good against Michigan.
Mendoza was pretty good against Oregon.
Yep. That's what sticks out. And the
On
walk-off,
the road.
yeah, in the walk-off win against Iowa, I think those moments stick out a little bit more.
Man,
They
I don't
do.
know. I don't know.
Yeah, and Indiana is undefeated for the first time in what? Since last year? Were they undefeated last year?
They were 11-1 last year.
Okay. First time in.
They were 11-1 and played in the final game last year too, didn't they? And then they were 11-2 and they backed into the playoff.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, they are.
They had to go to Notre Dame and get their dick kicked in.
Mm-hmm. But this squad feels a lot different because of Mendoza.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they didn't have the quarterback play of Mendoza last year. So give me him. All right, where would you like to start basketball wise? Women's or men's?
Women.
Okay, let's start with the good then. Or the slightly more good, I should say, overall. The women won their Thanksgiving tournament. I think the big win being over number 7 Baylor, who was undefeated at the time. That was a huge win. And kind of the way they did it too. But okay, what has been your main takeaway from the early women's basketball season?
Their depth.
Mm-hmm.
They're finding ways to win without players that have been early contributors like Chit-Chat Wright, namely. I think it's the opposite of the Iowa men's team, actually. So, like, I kind of feel like if Bennett Sturts has a bad day, it's going to be tough sledding, like we saw last night. I think there are multiple threats on this Iowa women's team where somebody goes down, someone's not having a great night, that it's not the end of the world. They can still find a way to win. That's what I would say. Like a broad brush takeaway is that I think this team is deeper than years past.
Yeah, definitely deeper. And they can win in a myriad of ways. But I think their calling card is actually their defense and their rebounding. It's something that they really excel at. The offense is coming along, though, too. And to that end, I think I expected Ava Hayden to take a step up, but I didn't expect walking double-double.
Oh, weird. Who said that? Who said that?
Yeah, you said that.
Let's go.
Yeah. She has maybe not quite Megan Gustafson level, but she's kind of approaching that. She's starting to really show the potential, and then she has a little bit of a mid-range jump shot to go with that too. So she's not just a back to the basket. She can face up from 15 feet and in and do a lot of damage by either shooting in, actually put it on the deck and go too. She's got a jump shot. She's got everything.
There we go.
So I think that's the biggest development in my mind, is her just having a complete game and dominating in the conference so far. Beyond that, Chit-Chat Wright has been awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I think prior to that Baylor game, you'd say that Chit Chat Wright was the best player on this team. I think Hayden has since kind of cemented herself as that, but this is a team that has Hannah Stolke, who's been a great player too.
Yeah.
So for Chit Chat Wright and Hayden to come in this year and really make it feel like Stolke is maybe more number 3.
I was going to say that Stolke felt more of a role player at this point.
Yeah. That's a really great role player to have.
Somebody that can run 96 feet at elite speed.
And we've seen her have 20-point, 14 rebound games too, So again, I think it goes back to your point of depth being surprising.
Yep.
And then Stremlo off the bench has been really good too. Deal is starting to figure it out, maybe. And I think that's the only question for me with this team is, does Addie Deal kind of emerge as the season progresses? Because if she does, I think that raises the ceiling. I think there's another level for this team, and I think it hinges on her kind of finding her way a little bit more.
Where do you think she emerges to, though? Like, who do you take out of that lineup right now?
I'm not advocating for taking anybody out of the lineup. I think what I'm saying is consistent.
Like sixth woman role, like 18 minutes, 8 points.
That instant offense off the bench. Yep. Six woman role. And coming off the bench, and you can just guarantee that she's going to come in and probably score about 8 to 9 points and do it efficiently. I think and then also develop as a passer and make smarter decisions as a passer, less turnovers, more assists.
Yep.
Because right now she's averaging 7 points per game and 2.4 assists. I think if in conference play, she bumped that up to 8 to 9 points per game and like 3.5 assists with like 1 turnover per game, that would be sensational.
So if I recall correctly, Chit Chat Wright, she's a transfer, yes?
Yep, and has 2 more years of eligibility after this one.
So where's Addie Deal going to find time?
Kylie Feuerbach and Taylor McCabe are graduating and moving on, sadly. So is Stolke. So I think
it is Stolke's senior season, isn't it?
Yeah, Stolke, Feuerbach, and McCabe.
That went fast.
Yeah, Stolke, Feuerbach, and McCabe, it's their last ride.
Wow, I didn't realize McCabe was a senior too.
Yeah. So there will be time for next year. So I think next year we're looking at Wright, Deal, Stremlo, Hayden, Wolitzko.
That's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome.
It is, because Wolitzko is really gonna kind of take the place of Stolke, but maybe be a little bit more of a threat from beyond the paint than Stolke is.
Yeah.
And maybe be a better rebounder than Stolke is too.
Oh yeah, just this roster 2 years from now, I'm so excited about. Like I know we're in 2025 right now, but just thinking of where that roster can be 2 years from now.
Yeah, because Emily Rodriguez is a sophomore, so she has 2 years.
She's also excellent.
She's great. She is. There's a little bit of J.R. Smith in there with her. There's a little bit of irrational confidence type player with her that I love.
Irrational confidence.
Yeah, no, that's what it is. It's irrational confidence. She'll take some shots, some things, do some things on the court that make you scratch your head. The double spin move against Baylor that almost worked. But these are my favorite kind of players, and that's the wild card that you kind of need. You kind of need a wild card like that sometimes to keep you alive as a basketball fan. So
Yeah.
Emily Rodriguez is that for me. For a more Iowa comparison to this, Joe Toussaint. Joe Toussaint was a wild card.
I like Joey T.
Yeah. So
I liked how he played. I was sad that he left, but I got it.
yeah, but Emily Rodriguez being a Joey T type
Right.
player for the women's team is
I like that. I like that comp. That makes sense. Yeah.
yeah, it's great. If you don't like that kind of player, I understand, but I do. So
It's fair.
yeah, and so yeah, I know that I was going to hit the transfer portal because of maybe some recruiting things not working out in their favor, some misses there with Lewis and Bjorn, but I mean, I think it almost would have been unfair.
Where did Bjorn end up going?
Bjorn ended up at Texas, and Lewis ended up at Notre Dame.
Right.
So, transfer portal. Who knows? Who knows what happens?
Let's see what Juju's up to next year.
Oh gosh, dude! If there's a world where Iowa lands Juju Watkins next year, we're cancel it. Cancel everything. We're winning it all. It's over. It's over, dude.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. We will try to make a splash in the transfer portal too. I don't think
it's going to be really hard to get those ladies off the beach in SoCal. That's for sure.
Yeah. And one thing that's going to help with that is the revenue share. We talk about it with football a lot, and I know that football is going to get the bulk of that 20 million revenue share. We didn't talk about this when we talked football, but my understanding from the revenue share plus large donor NIL donations, Iowa's probably going to have 20 mil to spend for football.
Good, because that's where we're supposed to be, right?
Yeah, 20 mil is, I think 20 mil is the max you can revenue share. I think we're giving 16 of that to football. Or is it 25? I can't remember. We're giving like 16, 17 mil from our revenue share to football, which is comparable to what everybody else who can do the full revenue share is doing. And then probably about, it's got to be 25. I think we're giving about 6 or 7 to men's basketball, and then another $1 million to $2 million to women's basketball and wrestling and those kinds of things. We're giving more to women's basketball than most other schools are.
Yep.
And we'll have and fans and large donors can still contribute to on the side.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I know that football will have 20 million for retention and to pursue transfers. Which
they're gonna need it.
Yeah, and if you don't have to spend a large sum of money on a quarterback, you should be able to overpay for a couple wide receivers.
Yep.
That's the dream.
Yep. Free agency, maybe in college. Shit.
And a defensive back, an elite defensive back.
Yeah.
So that is my wish list there. But yeah, I like to dream about the future of this women's basketball team too, because I think it's going to be great.
Yep.
Well, let's enjoy this year, because I think we said before the year like Sweet 16 would be a success. Now I feel like this is a Sweet 16 caliber team and maybe beyond.
They're a number 4 seed projected in early bracketology. I mean, I know it's December 3rd, but they are definitely trending as being, women's basketball. They host the top 4 seeds, so they play in Carver for those first two rounds. They definitely should be, favorites to make at least the Sweet 16.
Yeah. And I think, well, so we may have to switch up when we record next week because the Iowa State women's game is on Wednesday of next week. Well, maybe we'll just have to go a little bit earlier so we can wrap up in time because it starts at 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll have less to talk about.
Yeah, we will. Okay. Yeah, we can keep the same time, same bat channel.
Yeah.
But yeah, huge game because Iowa State is top 10 as well. Iowa will probably be top 10 by the time that rolls around, as long as they can survive Rutgers Saturday, who is not good. So as long as we can do that, it'll be a top 10 matchup in the Cyhawk women's battle. Let's go ahead and make a prediction for that game, Drew.
Cyhawk women?
Cyhawk women.
Oh, god damn. That's this is one of the like I'm pumped for this game. I cannot wait to watch this game.
Yeah.
And see how they like. Are they just gonna let Audie Crooks get hers and shut down everybody else? Are they gonna try to shut her down? Like I don't even know what you try to do there.
Well, last year, didn't we really just run in transition the whole time?
Yeah, but we also had a point guard that could do that. Now is Chit Chat Right back?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. If Chit Chat Right's back, if we're healthy, God, that's gonna be a good fucking game. Overtime, Hawks 87-85.
All right. I'll be a little bit more bold. Think if Chit Chat Right's back and we're firing, I think this is going to be a 10 to 15 point win for Iowa.
Wow.
I think Hayden and Hayes, and we saw this win Iowa State went up against, like, what was it, Stanford?
Yeah.
Where they had two bigs that were significantly taller than Crooks and could really disturb her shot. We have that. We have a maybe a slightly less seasoned, less talented version of that, and then we have Stolke too, who can battle down there. We have a plethora of options.
You think the nation is overvaluing the Cyclones just because of Audie Crooks?
I do. I do. Quite a bit. So
that could be.
She's a great player. But I think this will be something like 82-66.
Does it kind of seem like this is like Iowa State's version of the Gustafson years, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
Where like the threats outside of her were okay, but like not like reliable or consistent, you know?
Yes.
But like she was gonna get her fucking 40 and 15.
Yep. And to your point about depth, I would say that Iowa is better off in that regard.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would say so too.
Yep. So
we'll see. I mean, it's still in Hilton, man. So
I understand. But sometimes just there's a gap there in terms of talent and depth, and I think there's a gap.
Well, so I can tell you this: we fucking need it for the Cyhawk series. My God, we're getting murdered right now.
I know, but we won't have to worry about that for too much longer. We just got to endure this year and maybe one more year, and then it'll really start to widen. Just got to endure.
I'm talking about the whole series, the trophy, the points. You know.
Oh, well,
we're down 11-3.
Oh, yeah, I know. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm just saying that that'll start to flip in the next 2-3 years where it won't be.
Oh boy.
It'll flip. All right. Men's. They took their first loss last night. It was a rough game against Michigan State. I'll say this. Michigan State, Final Four caliber. They're one of 3 Big Ten teams that are probably Final Four, maybe national title good. I think they're just a notch below Purdue and Michigan are probably the 2 best. Michigan by far.
God, the league's so deep.
Yeah, it's a tough league. And playing in East Lansing, we've seen better Iowa teams lose by more there. By a lot more. So
there were just things that didn't add up in that game in the season opener. The style of play and the way that it was officiated, especially the first half, was super bizarre. No pace to the game whatsoever. Not that these Iowa Hawkeye teams want to play with pace, right? That's not their MO under McCollum. They want to slow the pace down and grind out these games, right?
Yep.
But we were slowing down and we were uncharacteristically turning the ball over in this matchup.
Yep.
And it seemed like Michigan State out McCollum and getting great shots and great selections, and just efficiency is the word I would use for Michigan State last night. They were so efficient.
Yeah.
And the free throw thing, the fouls and shit, especially the first half. The second half kind of calmed down. Somebody must have fucking said something because the first half was terrible to watch.
Yeah, I kind of knew once Banks had 2 fouls, that was really kind of it, to be honest, because Banks is our best defender. He's the guy that you're going to put on Fears. Fears can cause a lot of damage. He'll do that to everyone that they play, regardless of opponent. It won't matter. He's going to be kind of devastating as long as he's in the game.
Yeah.
And then Kohler and Cooper, that's a tough combo for Iowa when we don't have a true big that we can trust yet. That's just, you're not going to have a lot of success.
Yeah.
I would say we're going to see something similar when we play Purdue and Michigan, but it's going to be on a better level with those bigs. So we're going to have to figure out something. Maybe going to have to trust Trevin Urich a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because we just need that size. We just need somebody that can rebound.
Why do we always get the short end of the stick of the early Big Ten season? Why do we always end up fucking Michigan State, Wisconsin, Purdue, Michigan?
Right.
Why aren't we going to fucking Northwestern or
Or like Penn State. Can we get Penn State and Rutgers at home one year?
For fuck's sake.
Yeah. Well, we get Maryland at home, and I know that you have maybe a little bit of affinity for Maryland, but Drew, they suck. They suck.
They're not very good. Yeah.
They're not good at all. So I feel good with that being in Carver Hawkeye that Iowa can bounce back and find their way back into the win column at home on Saturday. So I fully expect them to do that. It'd be nice to see. I think one thing that needs to change, probably need to change the starting lineup. Brendan Housen was our leading scorer in the first half and then didn't play in the second half. So I don't know what was up there. But when you're down by that much, I think you need to roll Housen out there.
I think it's the defensive side of the ball.
I understand. But with the current,
it really doesn't matter if you put up 10 if you gave up 12.
I know. With the current starting lineup, though, you're playing 3 non-shooters. And what you were talking about, how we were having a tough time getting shots, and the ball was sticking. That's a good defense, a great defense like Michigan State will expose the fact that you're playing 3 non-shooters and just exploit the heck out of that. And then they can load up on Sturts. They can load up on Cooper Koch. Those are the only 2 shooters that we play in the starting lineup. And so you need Alvaro out there more heavily, or
you need Fulgaris out there.
Yeah, you need Fulgaris out there, or you need Hausen out there just to provide the relief from a shooting standpoint.
I just don't understand why Fulgaris isn't in the starting lineup to begin with. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it's so I think McCollum's good enough that he'll adjust. He won't just stay set in his ways. He'll find some sort of an adjustment.
Oh yeah, I mean it's definitely not raining cats and dogs. It's fine. It's one game in a 20-game Big Ten season, right? But God damn it, can we go 1-0 sometime?
Well, let's go 1-1. Let's just go 1-1 this year, and then
we can't go 0-2 again, and then have to sit on that till fucking New Year's. That's gonna be terrible.
Yeah, we can't go 0-2 and then have to play at Iowa State and take a loss there as well.
That's gonna be rough. Yeah, that'd be a rough week.
Iowa State,
because that's gonna happen. Iowa State's gonna rickroll us.
We'll see. I'm not sold on the Iowa State men's team like other people are. We'll see. We'll see after they play Purdue how we're feeling about Iowa State, because they really, if you look at Iowa State's schedule, it depends on how you feel about St. John's, and I've really cooled on St. John's.
Well, it's easy to say now.
I know, but
that tournament was fucking loaded.
It was.
I mean, Iowa State went 3-0 on that motherfucker and didn't even get third.
I know. So, yeah, I've cooled on St. John's, and I don't think that win carries as much weight as what it might have earlier in the year.
Mostly.
So I'll be curious to see what they look like against Purdue.
When is that?
This Saturday they go to Purdue, where they will get rickrolled.
Playing at Mackey, that's tough.
Yeah, if you're not used to playing at Mackey, you're gonna get exposed. So,
yeah.
And then also, I think a big story for Iowa State is Tamin Lipsey, whether he's available to go or not.
That's true.
Because that will make a big difference against Purdue for sure, but also against Iowa as well.
Yeah.
Because Lipsey is going to be the guy that has to deal with Sturts.
And Braden Smith.
Yeah, and Braden Smith. So if you're not 100% and you're trying to deal with both of those guys, those are 2 of the 3 best point guards in the country, Smith and Sturts. Yeah. So we can maybe look ahead there to that game on the road in Hilton. What do you see unfolding? I think you kind of just said it, but what do you see?
I think you're probably right that you got to see what comes out of this Purdue game to see how truly good Iowa State is.
Yep.
But, man, it seems like they got the chemistry. That Joshua Jefferson's a fucking stud. Milan can always light it up from 3. I don't know. I wish this game was more in February, March, where, like, you know, this whole team just came from Drake, essentially, right?
Yeah.
With one piece that stayed from the Fram era and Fulgaris.
And Hausen.
I'd like to see more chemistry when this game is played than where we're playing it now. I think Iowa State has more chemistry. I think at Hilton, I think this is probably a 10 to 14 point Iowa State win.
I think a lot will hinge on Lipsy and if he's truly good to go. I think that's gonna really change this game there. I question the quality of Iowa State's wins. And now, if they go on the road and beat Purdue, this all goes out the window. But I think I'll take a close game. But I'll give a Cyclone win, but I think I'll take a close affair.
All right.
I think they'll win by 5 in Hilton. I think it'll be like 71-66. And that might be high. That might be high.
Oh boy.
With the way these teams like to play, it could be significantly lower than that.
Yeah.
This could be a 50s type game, potentially. So
I mean, if it's a 50s type game, I think Iowa wins it. Actually.
Yeah. I'm saying it won't be that quite. So
yeah.
Iowa State will pull it out in the end. Maybe Hilton's the difference. But I'd say if and I'm banking on Lipsy playing. If Lipsy doesn't play, then I will flip my pick happily and say Iowa wins.
Oh boy! All right.
I think that's the difference.
Hey, it's long-term forecasting, man. Like, we got a whole nother week before that, right?
Yeah. So, all right, Drew. Do we dare to talk wrestling? Do we care to talk wrestling? Especially after what unfolded this past Saturday?
Iowa lost. What was it? 1916 for the first time in 21 years?
Yeah, I guess we got to give them one out of every 21, right?
Iowa has a lot of overrated wrestlers, and Tom Brands should be on the hot seat. That's what I got to say about that.
If you were to replace Tom Brands, who's your first call?
Doug Schwab.
Who's Doug Schwab?
Doug Schwab is the UNI head coach.
Why
Iowa legacy wrestler.
Okay, that's why, because he's a legacy. He is UNI head coach.
Great coach at UNI.
What has UNI done recently? I guess I'm not familiar with UNI's game.
UNI is still a top 15 program in all of NCAA, considering obviously the amount of talent that goes elsewhere when you're the third college in your state, right? So it's hard to get that. I'm going to call it paper talent, right? Those 5-star guys, those blue chips, the guys that you're going to pay big money to, right? It's hard to get those guys to go to Cedar Falls. So look, think of it this way. Think of it as Kirk Ferentz getting the most out of the roster that he has.
Okay.
Research and development.
All right. So if you gave him Iowa's resources,
yes,
and he's still going to get the most out of his talent,
yes,
but he's going to get better talent to start.
Yes,
I can see where you're going.
Did you think I was going to say Nick Mitchell?
I don't know who Nick Mitchell is either.
You don't watch wrestling at all, do you?
I don't watch wrestling at all. I have no idea.
Nick Mitchell is the recently retired Grandview wrestling head coach.
Oh, okay.
Who started the program and won 12 out of the 13 national titles that Grandview has.
Oh, gotcha. Can we just let Spencer Lee coach the team? Would that be a good idea?
I don't know what his resume is to coach.
Okay.
It sounds great on paper, right? So, but I mean, at least Tom Brands came in. Didn't he come in from Virginia Tech, maybe?
Something like that.
Before he got the head coaching position? I think he did. I don't know, man. I think it's time for a new voice in the wrestling room there. I just do.
Sure.
Third and fourth place finishes at the NCAAs and the Big Ten's just not Iowa standard. And then I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, I'm becoming Nebraska football.
Yeah, but Iowa wrestling is different though because it's got a lot more support. The Hawkeye Wrestling Club is insane.
You don't think Nebraska has support for football?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I guess that's true, but I do think.
However, we have won a title in this decade.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
We have
Iowa
won.
Wrest-
We have won a title in this decade and century. So it is slightly different. There's been more recent success.
I think we just want the Gable days back where we just dominate everybody, and I don't know if that's ever going to come back.
Man, I want it to be competitive. I want it to be like, I don't want it to be Penn State and everybody else. I want like Iowa to have a fighting chance come to Saturday finals with Iowa having 4 finalist wrestlers and Penn State having 3 or 4 finalist wrestlers, and the points are within 3 to 6,
Right.
and essentially make it a duel. That's what I want to see. Speaking of duels, Iowa lost their the national dual meet, got runner-up to Ohio State, who also passed Iowa in the wrestling rankings. Put a beat down on Iowa. I think it was like 33-15, something. It was bad, real bad.
Not good.
Ohio State beat us way more than Iowa State did. So we've lost our last 2 duels back to back.
Yeah,
dropped us to number 4. So
that's why I know some people are hitting the panic button and wanting brands out and all this stuff.
There's just some wrestlers out there that were ranked that just haven't come to fruition, man. They've been overrated. I don't like to say that about individual kids. Well, I can't say kids anymore because they're getting paid too, right?
Right.
Individual wrestlers, I think the expectations that were put on them maybe not have been fair.
Okay.
So I'm not going to name names. You guys watch wrestling out there, you figure it out. I'm not placing blame on college kids.
Yeah.
In an individual sport.
All right. Well, that's fair. Long show, but there was lots.
Yeah, you're about to go back to back. You're about to go do the daily double.
Yeah, we're about to go do the daily double. It'll be a quick one. It'll be another quick one, man. It'll be another 15-minute pound it out phrasing.
Long, hard, pound it out.
Yeah, long, hard, pound it out phrasing.
Yeah. Grinder out.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Before we get too silly, any last words?
No, man. Seeing the college football playoff rankings last night, did you have any thoughts? Any snubs? Any what happens if situations come to mind?
Not really. It's about what I expected, I guess, with the results being what they were. I think, it solidifies probably the Big 12 is getting 1. The ACC is getting 1. The Big 10 and the SEC are making up the rest. And also JMU, Tulane, whoever comes out of that whole debacle.
So you don't see the path for 2 group of 5s?
I don't see the path for 2 group of 5s.
Okay.
At this point in time.
I low-key hope Duke wins the ACC and BYU beats Texas Tech.
Oh, is that the path for 2 group of 5s?
I think. Well, actually, the path for 2 group of 5s would be BYU getting beat because they would be out.
Yes. So Duke winning.
Duke winning is definitely the path for 2.
Duke winning. Texas Tech
because the ACC would be shut out.
Duke winning, Texas Tech throttling BYU.
Yeah, that would shut out the ACC.
It's possible. It's possible because Duke is only a 3.5-point underdog, and I know they had some maybe loftier expectations, and they're going to want to win that game. They're not going to give up on it.
The ACC officials are not going to let this happen. No fucking way.
We will see, man. We will see.
Where are they headquartered? Charlotte?
Oh, yeah, probably.
They'll be calling from Charlotte, I promise you.
Yeah.
Hey, but the good thing about the ACC is you get to see the replay room in real time and hear it.
Cool. Now I'm rooting for the 2 group of 5 scenario.
Oh, that would be great.
I'm rooting for it now.
That would be great. You know, if that happens, the playoff expansion to 16 is next year, like tomorrow.
And they write the group 5 and Big 12 and ACC out of it.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening if that happens. So that's why I'm rooting for it, because it will expedite where I think we're going anyways.
The Big 12, the ACC, and the group of 5 will all get one. Just one.
Collectively one. You can battle it out.
So you don't see any team in the ACC or the Big 12 that could win the title? You don't think Texas Tech could make it around?
Texas Tech is the only one that could have a shot, but this is the Texas Tech team that lost to Arizona State, who's a decent squad.
I mean, they did have Sam Levitt and Jordan Tyson healthy at that time.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, Arizona State, all things considered, if Arizona State stayed healthy this year, they would have been the representative, I think.
Probably.
It's too bad, but
no, I don't seriously see a Big 12, ACC, or group of 5. I mean, the true contenders are Ohio State, Indiana, Georgia, with Ohio State probably being a cut above those other 2. And then I think you have to give some consideration to like Oregon, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, if this weird group of 5 thing works out, maybe they push Alabama out too.
I would love that, but that's never happening. So,
while Texas just sits there and bitches that they've scheduled Ohio State. Why do we even play these games?
Oh my gosh, Texas. How about you win the games?
How about you play more than 8 conference games, you fuck?
Yeah, play more than 8 conference games, but also beat the teams that are on your schedule, and then you don't have to talk about it.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well, that'll do it for us. Thank you for sticking with us extra long tonight. Have a great night. And as always, go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
Talking football, talking hoops, every sport in between. IOWA, yeah, you know what I mean. From a Hawks eye view, see the whole state lies. With a heart so strong,